Hi, today my friend and I are going to present our problem-based task questions for fiber optic communication system.
So the group members for this presentation are me, myself, Kirti, and my friend Swalini.
The first question is about reflection. Here, theta 1 is the angle of incidence or called as the angle of reflection. The law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, which is theta 1 is equals to theta r. So these are the results for reflections. As angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, the answer for scene I and scene R will be the same. For example, angle of incidence is 10 degree. So when we click scene 10 degree, it will show 0.17. So it seems to scene R. So answers will be same for both angle of incidence, angle of reflection, which is scene I and scene R. So the next question will be about refraction. Diagram shows an incident ray traveling from air to material X. Find the refractive index of material X. So now we have to find refractive index of material X. So this is the answer. To find refractive index, we have to divide angle of incidence by angle of refraction. So angle of incidence will be seen I, while angle of refraction will be seen R. So the scene I will be seen 40 degree while scene R is seen 30 degree. So to find refractive index, we'll divide scene 40 degree by scene 30 degree. So the answer will be 1.29 times 10 meter per second. Okay, now the next question is, in an experiment, a ray of light is directed towards the surface of water at an angle of incidence which is 50 degree. If the refractive index of water is 1.33, calculate the angle of refraction. Here, they already give the refractive index and incidence angle. So we have to calculate the angle of refraction. The same method is used, which is n equals to sin I over sin R. So the calculation will be 1.33 equals to sin 50 degree divided by sin R. So to find sin R, we have to take sin 50 degree divided with 1.33. So the angle of refraction, which is sin R, will be 0.57597325. So we after we click shift sin R in calculator, the angle of refraction will be 35 degree. The next question is, find the velocity of light in water. For this question, we will use the formula n equals to c over v. N is refractive index, while c is speed of light and v is the velocity. So to calculate the velocity of light, we will take the speed of light divided by the refractive index, which is 2.99 times 10 power of 8 meter per second divided with 1.33. So the velocity of light in water will be 2.18 times 10 power of 8 meter per second.
For question 2, it is about explain the concept of wavelength division multiplexing, as known as WDM. WDM is a technology that enables various optical signals to be transmitted by a single fiber. The spectrum band used is in the region of 1300 or 1550 nm, which optical fibers have a very low signal loss. Basically, multiplexer receives optical carrier signals while demultiplexer sends those signals to its detectors. Next, let's go to question 3. Question 3 is about illustrating basic passive optical network as known as PON architecture terminated diagram with different type of fiber in the loop. So this is one of the example of a diagram with different type of fiber in the loop. Next, I'm going to give some explanations and benefits about passive optical network and four types of technologies. So, passive optical network is basically a system used by telecommunication network providers that brings fiber optic cabling and signals to the end user. And the benefits are it offers the highest internet speed available and it's flexible and scalable. Next, let's talk about fiber in the loop. Fiber in the loop is also known as FITL. It is a system implementing positions of a public switch telephone network local with optical fiber technology. There are four types of technologies. First is fiber to the node, as known as FTTN. Second is fiber to the curb, also known as FTTC. Third is fiber to the building, known as FTTB. And lastly, fiber to the home, known as FTTH. First, FTTN. The benefits are its ability to deliver data over more efficient fiber optic lines rather than other line with greater speed restrictions. Second is FTTC. The benefits is the connection is installed using existing copper lines, reducing the cost passed on to the user. Thirdly, FTTB. It offers symmetrical speed, which means that the data travels at the same speed in other direction. It provides a more reliable connection. Lastly, but not least, FTTH has the greater reliability because fiber optic cables are less susceptible to glitches than traditional copper wires and can withstand the shock and vibration from inclement weather. So this is all from us for our PBT presentation. Thank you.